From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors. With colder weather rolling in, hunting season is underway, and we're heading to the field to continue the tradition. On this episode, we're going to take a close look at archery hunting. For more on that, here's Wade Middleton.
You know, archery hunting is something a lot of people are getting into. There's a lot of popularity, obviously, in the movies right now. People shooting bows, and I think it's moved a lot of people that have a desire to shoot a bow. And obviously, from there, the transition is to go hunting with it.
You know, archery's just a great thing to do. You know, just shooting your bow out at targets or getting a deer hunt with it. The hunting side of it is a lot more of a challenge. You got to get closer to the game you're targeting, and everything is more critical. Down to you got to be more quiet. You got to make a better shot. It's a bigger challenge for you.
What makes bow hunting challenging to a lot of people is being able to do the same thing every time. How you shoot the bow every time, where you're setting your anchor points, what you're doing after the shot, what you're doing before the shot, the equipment you use, and just it's a whole lot of different factors that come into play to make bow hunting more challenging than rifle hunting.
With a bow, they got to be close. They got all their senses totally in tune when you're 30, 40 yards. They may jump your string. They may hear you when you draw. There's all kinds of little things. You may hit a little twig. Things can just happen.
Archery hunting, to me, without question, is probably the most difficult way to shoot a big animal. And you hear a lot of guys go, well, that's a great archery buck, and they've done that because they understand how hard it is to shoot a really big buck with a bow.
Later in the show, we'll head to the field with Wade as he tries to take an early season buck with his bow. We'll also catch up with Americana Outdoors staff Cody Levy as he sets out on his first archery hunt. But first, we'll take a look at the gear, and for that, we'll head to Cabela's.
I had just picked up a brand new Cabela's Instigator bow, literally just picked it up that week, had gone to Cabela's and got it set up for this hunt.
How you doing, Keith? How are
Good.
you?
Good to see you. Everything going okay?
Everything's going good.
And anytime I get a chance to field test or pick up a new product, I'm always excited. And the new Cabela's Instigator bow by Bowtech is a bow that really caught my attention. You know, the folks at Cabela's called me and said, hey, look, we want to ship one down to the store, come in, get it set up, which I did. And it's always a treat to go into the Cabela's store there and work with the guys. So this is the new one, huh?
Yep.
What did they do different to this one versus this looks a lot smaller.
Riser shorter.
A lot shorter.
It's a more compact bow. I think that one's what, 30?
Yeah.
Axle to axle.
There you go. Well, we're talking about light. They rigged the bow up, we went and made some changes, went and shot it, went and made some more changes. And when I left there, just like anybody else could expect, I was dialed in to be able to go home and now really set up and finish my bow. And that Instigator, the way it sets up, is a great bow for not only a first timer, but also a seasoned archer. When I shoot that thing, I feel like I could shoot it all day long. I don't ever get tired.
What we found, they're a little stiff when they come out of the box.
The more you shoot it, the better.
And the more you shoot it, the better that bow feels and the quieter it gets. And I mean, that's why now when we get them, we'll bring them in here and shoot them 25 or 30 times before we ever put them on the rack. Just so when your customer test drives it, he doesn't, it feels kind of stiff.
I really like
Get that worked out of it.
I really like it. I mean, you can set this bow from 35 to 65 pounds. It's got a adjustable draw length up to 29 inches, so it makes it a great bow for somebody that's starting out that wants to grow into this bow and shoot it for a long time. And it also makes a good bow for a guy like me that's a seasoned hunter and archer and who's had success with them.
I really like the Instigator as my my first bow because number one, it's lightweight.
Number two, I mean, you can adjust it from 35 to 65 pounds. So when I started, I had it at, I think, 50 pounds, and now I'm up to 62 on it, and it's something that I can go for a long period with. It's not something that an entry level just has to use and then they have to move on to the next bow. It's something that you can grow with it.
Will shot for a little while, Cody, first year. Wade gave him an instigator bow to shoot, and first started out, you know, he shot decent, you know, not great, but he shot decent. And watching him progress, the first time I actually seen him shoot, we were shooting, I didn't have my bow at camp, and he said, "You want to shoot my bow some?" And it was the instigator. And I was like, "Yeah, I'd like to shoot it because I haven't shot that bow yet." And I got it, and just amazed at how easy that bow was to shoot. I actually shot that bow better than I do my own bow.
You know, Cabela's has really spent a lot of time designing and developing and refining some of the products that they have in their archery department out there. And they're proud to put their own label and their own name on those, you know, from their bows, like the Instigator, the Regulator, and the new Excite bow that's out there.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about the great lineup of Cabela's bows, look them up online at cabela's.com. Coming up, we'll join Cody Levy as he heads out on the hunt for wild hogs with the Cabela's Instigator Bow by Bowtech. Right here on Americana Outdoors.
Hey guys, we're here with the Bubba Blade hunting knife. It's a great new piece of steel from Bubba Blade. You can use it as a long knife, cutting or deboning type knife. You can shorten it up for your more delicate skinning type work when you're processing deer, hog, whatever you've killed that day. And the best thing about it is this is a no slip grip. No matter how wet or greasy the sucker gets, you're not gonna slip on this blade.
It is razor sharp. It's the cure-all for knives. I mean, it really is. Whether it's deer, fish, I mean, I don't know how many fish I've filleted with one of these. I carry one in my boat. I carry one in my backpack. I mean, everywhere I go, if it's gonna have to do with the outdoors, I've got a Bubba Blade.
After your next successful deer hunt, savor the flavor with a Bradley Smoker. They have a whole list of creative recipes for venison with a wide variety of delicious smoky wood flavors. Find out more about making your meal as memorable as the hunt at bradleysmoker.com.
The Alaskan Series Cooler Packs by Arctic Ice. Specifically designed to keep your food and drinks cold all day long without having to use ice and end up with a soggy lunch. The Alaskan Series by Arctic Ice. Bitterly cold.
Americana Outdoors is brought to you by Garmin and the power of simple. By Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter. By Smith & Wesson, made in the USA since 1852. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors from our South Texas hunting camp in the brush country near Brackettville. Now, if you enjoy watching our shows, then maybe you'd enjoy joining us on an all-expense-paid hunting or fishing trip. We've made it easy to enter. Just visit AmericanaOutdoors.com and follow the links. Well, getting back to the field, we'll pick up the action with Americana Outdoors staff, Cody Levy.
All right, so we're here. Today is my first pig hunt that I'm gonna be on, and it's the first time that I've gotten to shoot my bow at an animal, so I am beyond pumped right now. I'm super excited. So I'm pretty new to archery in general and new to the hunting side. I started shooting about 4 months ago with my Cabela's Instigator bow from Wade gave me to use, and I love shooting with it. It's you know, starting out on it, it's awesome, you know, and especially having these guys around to help me out. it's been a dream to have him. And it's like learning to play football in the NFL, you know, just going straight to the NFL basically. So Wade told me that I could go shoot a pig with my bow for my first hunt out here, and I was just amped. I was ready to go. You know, I've been practicing a lot for the past 4 months. I shoot at least a couple times a week, and you know, to actually get out into the field and be able to hunt, it's putting all that hard work. That's what it's going towards. You know, I was in a tree stand, and I got a pig in sight and in range. And I was able to draw back. I was so shaky, but I was able to draw back super quiet. It was about 16 yards away. And the thing was, I mean, they didn't even hear it coming. It was an awesome hunt and awesome feeling to get that with my bow. I am like a kid on Christmas morning right now. I cannot wait to go get this pig. It's probably only 30, 40 yards away. We heard it, we had to wait. There was a buck and 2 other pigs over here that we thought we had a shot at, but they stayed away for the most part. I'm just so excited. Can't wait to tell the rest of the guys. Oh, I found the arrow. That Cabela's copperhead went straight through her. On the first blood right here. Just gotta keep tracking it. She probably landed right down in that creek bed somewhere. So just gotta follow it all the way. You know, I've been practicing a lot for the past 4 months. I shoot at least a couple times a week, and you know, to actually get out into the field and be able to hunt, it's putting all that hard work. That's what it's going towards. So, you know, after I shot that pig, I just felt so successful being able to do that and being able to practice and see all my hard work from, you know, learning and adjusting to finally getting a kill with it. Well, I'm just really pumped right now. I finally got it, and I've been practicing with the instigator for a long time now, and oh, it feels great, and I cannot wait to bring it back and show all the guys and tell them I got my first kill with my bow. And nothing like it, I can say that for sure. You know, shooting my first bow, it's definitely turned me on to bow hunting, and I think I'll always be a bow hunter now. I love it. And I just can't wait to get my first deer with it. And you know, the adrenaline that I got going just from shooting my first pig with it, I can't imagine that ever going away. So I think I'm definitely a bow hunter for life now.
Well, coming up, Wade heads to the field with the Cabela's regulator bow in search of whitetail. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or brand new to the sport, check out Cabela's archery department for everything you'll need for a successful season. Look them up online at Cabela's.com. We'll be right back with more Americana Outdoors. Since 1976, Delta Ag has been an industry leader in plant health and nutrition. With our innovative concept and chemistry, Delta Ag produces healthier crops and improves yields. We formulate biostimulants and micronutrients designed to improve fertilizer efficiency and increase crop response to nutrients. Make your fertilizer go further with reliable products that work. Grow healthier crops from the ground up with versatile low-rate products. Delta Ag, improving plant performance.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Togs, stop the rain.
What if there was a camera that went where you went and shot what you shot? An action camera so easy to use you can concentrate on your hunt, not the hunt for the record button. A camera that let you add dimensions to your video, like speed, altitude, or even your heart rate, just before you let it fly. Life, camera, action. The Verb Elite HD Action Camera from Garmin.
When it comes to racing big deer, Purina is the leader in deer nutrition research. Our Antler Max research and development team is committed to developing products that provide results in your deer management program with a difference you can see. If you're ready to take your deer operation to the next level, look no further than Purina's new and improved Antler Max premium deer feeds. You can find them at your local Purina retailer. Purina Antler Max premium deer feed, a difference you can see.
After all my years of searching, I finally busted the myth of the Yeti! The Angle High Performance Cooler, it's incredible! Just look at this lid, what a powerhouse! It's so freaking strong, so reliable, I just wanna boom! This silicone gasket's better than rubber!
Why, hello there. Are your base and sidewalls way thicker for superior insulation?
Oh, yes! After 10 days, still cold, still fresh. Let's hear Yeti do that. With Angle Coolers, it's official. The Yeti is busted.
Experience High-Vis, a brighter sight picture than standard sights, giving you an immediate, more successful shooting performance. High-Vis lets you see a dramatic contrast between the target and the barrel for a more intuitive aim that delivers instant results. Our light pipes come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, designed to be seen in a variety of conditions. With our broad line of sights, you'll see your marksmanship dramatically improve, bringing more fun and confidence into every shooting experience. Shoot more accurately. Enjoy the sport. Choose High-Vis.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is also brought to you in part by Do All Outdoors, by High-Vis Shooting Systems, see what you've been missing, and by Arctic Ice, rugged and reusable cooler packs. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Now, if you're just joining us, this episode is all about archery, and we're showcasing the Cabela's Instigator, one of the models in Cabela's lineup of bows made by Bowtech. Earlier in the show, we caught up with Wade Middleton at one of the Cabela's retail stores, where he went to get his bow set up and fitted. And that's where we'll pick it up.
You know, archery is something that you really need to be set up. You need to be fitted properly. You need to find tools that match your skills, your abilities, so that you can be successful when it comes to time to take that shot.
Well, I like it. I mean, I think this thing shooting, it didn't take us any time to get it where we were dialed in. So.
Back at hunting camp with his Cabela's regulator bow in hand, Wade heads to the field in search of whitetail. Now, the regulator is the next step up in the Cabela's series of bows. It's a little faster and packs more power.
A lot of different spots so far this early season. It's been 10, 12 hours up in a tree. It's been several different hunts down on pop-ups. Had some encounters. It's pretty difficult in your early season. A lot of these encounters have been right in the dark. Probably could have taken a couple of those shots. One of them I'm still kind of kicking myself for, but you know, we're just kind of rotating around, hunting some of these stands that are different spots. Tonight we're kind of a little bit of wind that's kind of coming up over this ridge. A lot of these deer are starting to really hit some of the acorns. They're starting to make some early scrapes. So we're going to sit up in this ground blind. As you can see, this blind here has really got a lot of brush. Just a few 2x4s, and the cover is really, really good for a ground blind. It's not as obtrusive as a pop-up blind. And you know, on the scouting cameras, there's 2 or 3 good deer that have been showing up here. We haven't come and hit this spot yet. And it seems like so far this year is pretty typical when you do an early season hunt, your first time in. That's when you've had your best encounter. So there's a big 8 point, a couple big 8 points really showing up on scouting camera. And one
It's mid-October, and in South Texas that usually means it's still hot. During the warm afternoons, the whitetail have been inactive, bedding down in the shade. But with the arrival of the season's first cool front, deer activity is on the increase, and Wade's hoping to take advantage of that with this season's first harvest.
You know, bow hunting's an all different monster when it comes to how you hunt, the clothing that you wear, how you set up, your scent control. There's so many things to keep in mind when you go on a bow hunt that a rifle hunter doesn't necessarily have to think about as in depth. That doesn't mean you've got to not practice those things as a rifle hunter, because you absolutely do. But the reality of it is, if you're looking at hunting scenarios where game are going to be inside of 20 yards versus 100 yards, your scent control may not be as quite as important in some situations. How you move and the clothes you wear may not be quite as important. So those are things that people learn the hard way.
Coming up, with whitetail in all directions, Wade gets a shot at the season's first buck. The Garmin Verb Adventure Camera. It shoots HD video and fits in your pocket. Record all the action on your next adventure and then share it with your friends. Life, camera, action. We'll be right back with more from Americana Outdoors.
Yamaha Viking, and introducing the all-new Viking 6. The hardest working, most off-road capable side-by-sides in America. Built for the hardest working people on earth. You.
When you change the game, you make the rules. Introducing the all-new Stealth SS from 10 Point, the most compact crossbow we've ever created. 10 Point, there is no substitute.
When I'm not hunting, I'm thinking about hunting. It's on my mind because it's in my blood. When the hunt calls, my TC Venture points the way. Accurate, reliable, proven. Until there's no more ground to cover and no more stories to tell. When you're a TC Venture hunter, the hunt never ends.
Julie Goloski, Smith & Wesson Consumer Program Manager and World Champion Shooter.
Joe Zanetti, Smith & Wesson Finishing Specialist and lifelong hunter.
Jim Dalton, Smith & Wesson Master Gunsmith. I shoot competitively, and so does my son.
Our people, our products, our passion. Smith & Wesson.
Stealth Cam gives you the edge on the most elusive bucks. Capture high-res stills, HD audio and video, or time-lapse imagery. Nothing escapes our sub-1 second trigger with our advanced multi-zone detection grid. With our energy-efficient design, one set of batteries will last up to a full year. Retina low-light sensitivity captures stunning nighttime imagery out to 100 feet. Get all the latest technology in our new G series of scouting cameras. The next generation of Stealth Cam has arrived, delivering technologies you need every hunting season.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is also brought to you by Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife, by 10 Point Crossbow Technology, and by Stealth Cam digital scouting cameras. Welcome back to Hunting Camp. This week we're taking an in-depth look at bow hunting, and we're on the field with Wade Middleton. Now, it's early in the season and hunting has been difficult, but a change in the weather has increased whitetail activity, and with a little patience, Wade just might get a shot. Now, after sitting for most of the afternoon, it was the last hour of the day, and the once empty field was now a hive of activity. With a handful of young bucks milling about just outside of bow range, Wade is looking for something a bit older. And turning to his right, Wade found just what he was looking for. A big, wide, mature 8-point.
Smoked him. Smoked that sucker right there. I love to shoot mature deer. You know, we have spent a lot of time this year up in the stands and seen a lot of young bucks. And, you know, there's times you get really tempted, but I like to wait the patience on the big ones like that, them older deer like that. That deer there is probably 6, 7 years old, big old wide 8-point just outside his ears. Whew. This is the first time all year I've actually got to wear a sweatshirt. You know, the other 2,700 sets, it seems like, I've been 90 plus degrees wearing the lightweight Cabela's gear. And this morning it's down about 53. And you know, the movement's a lot better. We're seeing a lot of scrapes and everything. I'll actually walk you around and show you. The deer in the last 2 weeks have started scraping and licking, and you can just see the progression as it's getting closer to the good time. You can't kill them sitting at home, no matter how hot it is in the early part of the year. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, look right there. You can see his antlers right there. That deer, that's only about 50 yards right there. That's awesome. You know, we have spent a lot of time this year up in the stands early on. Finally got one to come in during some of our morning times that was mature. Look at this big old wide guy here. I have seen some bigger bucks on this hunt, but every time it has been late in the evening and could not get them into range out there. This guy here is really an old buck right here. I mean, he's well outside of his ears, just a good standard old 8-point. Great little bow kill. Great little bow kill. That was too fun. He broke something off right there, or he didn't even grow it. I'm not really sure on his main beam. That was too fun.
You know, pieces of advice I always have when it comes to archery hunting is know your limitations first off. Know what you can and can't do. You know, if you're not comfortable shooting past 20 yards, then set your hunting scenarios up where your shots should be inside of 20 yards. Don't put yourself in places you're going to be tempted to take shots that are gonna lead to misses, that are gonna lead to things that are gonna go wrong. So set up your hunting scenarios to match your skills. Secondly, practice. That's very important. You know, whether it's 1 arrow a day like some guys do or 25 in a week, it's just whatever fits your schedule. But spend some time out practicing and find the form that matches for you. You know, talk to some of your buddies, do some research online. Obviously, lean on places like your Cabela's archery department to find out different anchor points that people use. Everybody, I've noticed, and when I go to a hunting camp, when we're all out shooting, everybody has a little different technique, a little different thing that they tend to do when it comes to all their anchor points. But those anchor points are something that are so important, and practice them. So when it comes time to draw that bow on a buck or a doe or whatever it is you're hunting, it's so natural that everything just happens and you don't think about all of those things. You only think about where that arrow's going to strike.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this all-archery edition of Americana Outdoors. We'd love to hear from you. Next time you're online, check out the Americana Outdoors Facebook page. Tell us how we're doing. If you'd like to catch up on the latest industry news or check out our library of hunting and fishing shows, head to AmericanaOutdoors.com. Oh, and while you're there, register to win a free hunting or fishing trip. It's our way of saying thanks. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.